Good morning, afternoon, or evening from whenever or wherever you are watching this video from. I am Jack Adamas back with my Premier League football predictions, episode 29, game week 29. Let's get straight into it. We start game week 29 with the 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday, which sees Everton hosting West Ham. Everton continued their unbeaten run to 8 matches when they drew last time 1-1 out. They have got 4 draws and 4 wins in that time, although they have drawn their last 3 matches, which means they have drawn the most games in the Premier League this season with 12 games drawn. West Ham looked like they picked up a bit of good form, winning back-to-back games, but that didn't last very long as they lost 1-0 to Newcastle on Monday night. David Moyes will host his previous employers here, and with only 3 defeats in 21 games against West Ham, I do reckon they'll get another victory in this one in a 2-0 win. Next up, we have Ipswich at home to Nottingham Forest. Ipswich are going through a season-defining period at the moment, as 4 of their next 6 games are against teams in the current top 6 in the Premier League. Nottingham Forest will be buzzing coming into this one. After beating Man City last time out, they now have a 4-point gap between themselves in the top 4 spots. However, they have lost their last 3 away Premier League games in a row. Ipswich are the only team in England's top 4 leagues to not get a victory in the year 2025, but they are trying and they are fighting in every game. They have lost their last 3 matches by a 1-goal margin, something that I think will happen again here as Nottingham Forest win here 2-1. Next up, we have Man City at home to Brighton. Man City's disastrous season went from bad to worse last weekend as they lost to Nottingham Forest. They now find themselves 2 points behind Chelsea, who are in 4th, and that is crazy for their standards with only 10 games to go. Brighton's win over Fulham last weekend means they are now on a winning run of 6 games in a row, and if they do get the victory here, they could possibly leapfrog Man City in the table. Although this is a tricky game on paper, I do believe Erling Haaland will get his 100th goal contribution in only his 95th game in a Man City shirt, as Man City get back to winning ways here in a 3-1 victory. And the last 3 o'clock kickoff sees Southampton at home to Wolves. If Southampton did get the victory here, they'll be 11 points from safety, and with only 9 games to go, it could be the start of the most miraculous of comebacks. Wolves, after picking up a bit of form, have now lost their last 3 matches in all competitions. However, they are playing some good football, and in those 3 losses, they've all been by a 1-goal margin. If Southampton were to suffer a defeat here, it will be about 3 or 4 match days before the inevitable happens and we get the clarification that they will be playing Championship football next season. I think that will happen, as I reckon Wolves will win here in a 2-0 victory. And the 5:30 kickoff on Saturday sees Bournemouth hosting Brentford. Bournemouth will be kicking themselves as they let a 2-goal slip against Tottenham last weekend to put another dent in their race for a European spot. Brentford are one of the only teams in the Premier League that just want the season to end, as they're not fighting for anything this season. Although their away form is very good, they are unbeaten in 5 matches and they've won their last 4 in a row. Bournemouth haven't won in the last 6 head-to-heads between these 2 sides, a trend that will change this weekend, as I can see Bournemouth winning here in a 2-1 victory. And at 1:30 on Super Sunday, we have game of the weekend as second place 4th in the Premier League as Arsenal host Chelsea. Arsenal secured a place in the quarter-finals of the Champions League midweek by beating PSV. However, they are winless in their last 3 Premier League matches, with 2 draws and 1 loss to their name. Chelsea have picked up momentum lately and have won 4 games in a row, albeit they were against 20th, 19th and home and away against Copenhagen in the Conference League. They have lost 4 of their last 5 away matches, but they do know with a victory here, they could end this game week 3 points behind Arsenal in the second spot. Arsenal are unbeaten in the last 6 head-to-heads against Chelsea. I think it'll be lucky number 7 come full time, but I think that will come in a 1-1 draw. Also on Sunday at 1:30, we have the London derby between Fulham and Tottenham. Every time Fulham look like they're getting back in the race for those European spaces, they end up hitting another stumbling block. However, if they win 2 or 3 on the bounce, they'll be straight back in that race and they'll be looking to do so on Sunday. Spurs turned round a first leg defeat to AZ Alkmaar to book themselves a place in the last 8 of the Europa League yesterday. However, in their last 2 Premier League games, they have a loss and a draw to their name. Spurs will come here with a hangover from Thursday, and with Marco Silva taking charge of his 200th Premier League game, I think he'll lead Fulham to a 2-1 victory. And to round up game week 29 on Sunday at 7 p.m, we have Leicester at home to Manchester United. Leicester come into this game 6 points from safety, and they have lost their last 6 games in a row, conceding 15 goals and scoring only 1 goal in reply in those matches. If they lose here, will it be the end of Ruud van Nistelrooy at Leicester? Only time will tell. Manchester United, just like Tottenham, booked themselves a place in the last 8 of the Europa League yesterday with a 4-1 victory over Real Sociedad, which is probably the best we've seen them play under Ruben Amorim. Only Leicester have opened the scoring on fewer occasions than Manchester United this season, a problem that won't happen for Man U in this game, as I reckon they'll take the lead as they win 2-0. And for my extra game this weekend, it is the Carabao Cup final on Sunday at 4:30 as Liverpool play Newcastle. Liverpool got knocked out of the Champions League on Tuesday on penalties by PSG, and they will come into this game a bit more fatigued than Newcastle as they're doing so. They will have to pick their heads up as well, and they will have to do it without Trent Alexander-Arnold. Newcastle will be buzzing and they will put everything into this game. Their fans will be rocking inside Wembley as well as they look to win their first trophy since 1955. I think this will be a cagey affair with not many clear-cut chances, and unfortunately for Newcastle, I can see Liverpool winning here in a 1-0 victory. Thank you very much if you are still here at the end of my video. I really do appreciate the love and support I've been getting from you guys. Please do continue to like, share, follow, but most importantly, subscribe to that YouTube channel. Have a good weekend, guys, and remember, if you don't shoot, you can't score. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.